another episode of my bucket list adventure.world, where I'll be going to cover a new adventure about trekking. People love traveling because it adds joy to their life. Just like different ingredients make food so delicious, traveling to your desired places makes life more beautiful. Today we are going to talk about Annapurna Base Camp Trek, which is in the lap of Himalayas in Nepal. Annapurna Base Camp Trek, known as ABC Trek, is one of the most bewildering and alluring trek in Nepal region. It is the 10th highest mountain in the world and is standing 8,091 meters from the sea level. Any time of the year is the best time to go for Annapurna Base Camp Trek because each season offers its unique trekking experience. The best time for you to enjoy Annapurna Base Camp Trek totally depends upon the climate preferences. So, Annapurna Base Camp Trek is a moderate level trekking and less problematic than other well-known treks. For example, Everest Base Camp Trek and Manalsu trekking. To share more details of her enthralling experience of ABC Trek with me, here is my dear friend Teresa Chong. Welcome, Teresa, and thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you, Nisha. Thank you for having me as well in your channel of adventurous travel.
Definitely, that's my pleasure to have you here. So, today, Teresa, I would like to know the obvious question first. Why Annapurna Base Camp Trek became one of your bucket list?
Well, it was not like that in the beginning. I had no planning to travel to Nepal. I remember in 2008, at that time, I was in my mid-20s. My boyfriend, who is now my husband, we were planning a trip. We knew that, we need to travel to see the world. But we were planning to travel to more sophisticated cities like Europe, Paris, Milan. I was so excited when he said that we are going to probably see Milan or Paris for shopping, to see the
Uh-huh.
Eiffel Tower, all this. So who knows, one fine day he came back from his office, from his work, and told me that his colleague was planning a trip to Nepal to
Wow.
Annapurna Base Trek. Yeah, and he was so enthusiastic and passionate that he wanted to join and he hoped that I could come along.
Uh-huh.
So he who suggested that we travel to ABC instead of to Europe. I was quite a bit of reluctant because at that time in our mid-20s, we need to work hard to save money. At the same time, I was serving my study loan. So
Okay.
to travel to far away to overseas, we actually need to save quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So to spend the money, whether on Europe or to Nepal, the answer is actually quite obvious. So I
True.
was actually more towards to travel to Europe to see, the big cities, the more sophisticated countries. But I also could sense that he was like very enthusiastic, and I think that it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. If I do not join at that moment, if I did not join at that moment, it was like I was not able to join, in the future. There wasn't opportunities in the future.
I see, I see. That's true, very much true. Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. So the thing is, like usually when I think of mountains trekking, the thought that comes to my mind is coming out of the comfort zone, living with little resources, and defying the odds.
If you can share some of your experience of defying those odds.
We, before travel, of course, we did a lot of research on the weather, on the food supply, electricity, water supply. We knew that Nepal is one of the countries that is very much underdeveloped in terms of the food, water, electricity supply, and also
Yes,
in terms of weather, it's a freezingly cold
correct,
country. So all this coming from a city girl from the first world
correct.
country, we actually need to plan a lot and a lot. I would
Exactly.
say, yeah, just never enough of planning uh, would
Uh-huh.
would deem sufficient. So in terms of thermalware, I actually took a very, very long time to prepare. It's a balancing between how much resources that we need to bring. We definitely do not bring too much, but I
Hmm.
think most of the times we are thinking we do not want to bring too little. We
Yes,
want to make sure we have enough thermalwares.
exactly.
To make
Yeah,
sure that
during the vacation, it's always like that. We don't want to carry much, we don't want to carry less. So it happens that way. Yeah,
yeah, and also food. We are not sure. We were not sure that whether we would use to the food over there, and also the
uh-huh.
water. Yeah, the water supply is very limited. As in the clean water supply is
True.
very limited. So we were thinking how to overcome this issue, and we also thinking that we need a lot of energy while trekking. So we definitely need snacks bars, chocolates. I
I
even
see.
prepare fruits as well, in
Yes,
case, need sugar, energy, all this.
true.
So yeah, I would say the mindset was prepare all the essential things like torchlight, charger, batteries,
Correct,
chlorine pills. Yeah, all these essential things much more than we thought we needed.
correct.
Yeah, because we do not know whether we are able to get it over
Uh,
there.
true,
We thought
true.
we have prepared well. However, when we
Uh-huh.
arrived in Nepal and met up
Uh-huh.
with the tour guide there, we
Correct.
realized that we have brought too much. Our luggages are overweight. The porters that we hired are not able to carry our luggages. So
Oh,
we need to reduce our luggages by more
uh-huh.
than 50%, and whatever
Correct.
extra that we are not bringing to the mountain,
Mm-hmm.
leave it at the tour agency office.
Okay. That was
So
interesting. Okay.
yeah, we brought a lot, but end up, yeah, we didn't able to use a lot. So we just bring some clothes that we are prepared to, you know, throw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever extra accessories, essentials, we just didn't able to use it.
Okay, okay, I see. That's interesting. That's a very nice insight to prepare for the ABC trek. I really liked it. Okay, so let's proceed further. As we all know, nature is so beautiful. We humans are so little in front of such huge mountains. How was your experience while you continued your journey?
Yeah, let me share a couple of photos so that the audience could
Wow.
feel how it's like and my struggles for the first few days. The first
Yes.
few days of the trekking, I was really struggling because I was again a city girl. I'm not
Uh-huh.
that active enough. Uh, Traveling under the hot sun, trekking under the hot sun. Although we hired tour guides and porters, but there are
Uh-huh.
still of walkings daily. We trek about 6 to 7 hours a day.
Okay.
That's a lot for me. I never experienced all this before. The first few days I was crying, whining, complaining to my boyfriend at that point,
Okay.
asking him why were we ended up in Nepal? Why were we not in Milan or Paris? We're supposed to do shopping,
True.
sightseeing. Paris and Milan? Why were we ended up in Nepal here trekking? What were we here to see? Because the scenery at that time was still mainly all the green colors. So it's almost
Uh-huh.
like Singapore, there isn't much difference, but the
Correct.
condition, the sanitary conditions, the living conditions, traveling exposed under the hot sun, all this makes me really frustrated, and I threw tantrum along the way,
I
along the
see.
track.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So what really changed is a few days later that I was able to see a slightly better view.
Uh-huh.
We started from
Wow.
1,000 meters then we start to see snow mountains. We start to
Uh-huh.
see all these trees, Alps scenery that
Correct.
not usually, or we weren't able to see it in Singapore. So
Uh-huh.
I was slightly more relaxed. I was more comfortable because it's already few days in the trekking. I'm more used to it. The physical challenge, all this, I'm more used to it. So I'm
Uh-huh.
relaxed, and the moment that I'm more relaxed, I actually able to enjoy the scenery better, and
Okay.
it really warms my heart. The people there, they are really warm and kind. Their smile
Wow.
are really authentic. So yeah, this really helps me to settle down and focus on my trekking and my scenery. Enjoy, bring me to the focus that the objective of us traveling to Nepal.
Okay. That's so interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So I remember that. Yeah, as you can see in this picture that
Uh-huh.
actually we were very very tiny in front of the mother
Of
nature.
course. Of course.
Yeah, so there's nothing I could complain anymore. There's nothing I could whine about anymore. I just feel so um, excited and uh, grateful for able to be there and to see all these amazing, wonderful views.
Of course, of course. Like looking from here, I just want to pack my bag and I just want to go there. Your story so far has been so influencing. Okay, that's interesting. So, proceeding ahead, I want to know what are the challenges did you face while climbing? I mean to say, like, what made you push your limits? Like, yes, I have to go and I have to conquer it.
Well, it was definitely not an easy path. Um, Coming from a city where we do not have a lot of training, to trek 6 up to 7 hours a day, it was extremely tired,
Uh-huh.
exhausted. It was, I think it was the discipline, the routine that helps me to push myself to get used to the routine much faster, and also along the companions that cheer us up, the porters, the tour guides, that they really did a good job. They cheer us up. They really know
Mm-hmm.
how to make us feel as comfortable as possible. And also, I think I'm a person who loves challenges. So once I started to use to the environment, I really look forward, to see where my limit is and push against my own limit. So it started off with a very routine morning. We wake up and we wash up and had breakfast, and then we will
Mm-hmm.
start trekking up hills and down hills. I remember there was a morning that we need to wake up at the 4 o'clock in the morning to see the
Okay.
sunrise hill. So we woke up early under the freezingly cold weather, and we need to
Huh?
climb the hill in the dark. No, we can't see. It was completely darkness, and we have only very very limited torch lights at that time. So we was like by faith we walk and follow each other's behind each other closely. So all
Uh-huh.
these thinking back, it was such a thrilling and exciting moments that you probably will only experience it in a once in a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think each day, at that time, something that is very grateful for, and I started to look forward for each day.
Correct, correct. I understand. Okay, so where you used to use sleeping bags during the night time to sleep?
Oh yeah, yes. As we trek higher and higher altitude, showering, all this are just impossible because there were no electricity. Uh,
Uh-huh.
Even cook preparation of food, all this were a hassle. They need to burn the wood, they need to set
Yes.
up the fire, all this. So it took a very long time to even to prepare a meal and to warm each other up. So at night it was like, I do not know what's the temperature, but it was really cold. And
Uh-huh.
yes, in the lodge, with the blanket doesn't help, so we need to sleep inside the sleeping bag, and yeah, outside we cover with a layer and layer of blankets to warm ourselves.
Oh, wow.
So once we went to bed, we were not looking forward to wake up for the midnight call again, because it was so troublesome in the middle of the night if, say, yeah, we need to attend to the midnight call.
Okay, so a very tough situation. Like you have to drink lots and lots of fluids to keep yourself hydrated, but also you can't go. It's not easy to use to the go to the washroom. So very difficult situation it is.
Yeah, so that was I was complaining a lot during the start of the trekking. It
Uh-huh.
required a lot of adjustments in
Yes.
our daily. We need to do a lot of adjustments, but 4 or 7 days onwards, we were sort of like knew what to expect. We asked a lot of questions. We asked
Uh-huh.
a to the tour guide what to expect each day, how's the trek look like, what to expect for that day, where are we going to stop, what kind of food are we going to expect. So all these preparations help us to adapt to the environment better.
I see. That story is quite thrilling and full of excitement and lots of adventure into it. Okay, so my final question to you would be, how was the feeling when you reached the base camp and ticked one off your bucket list?
It was absolutely thrilling and exciting, that kind of feeling, for being able to reach to the base camp and see, the mountains, all the majestic views
Huh?
surround. Just soak ourselves in all this wonderful sceneries. We feel so tiny in front of the mother nature, and
True.
we are rewarded by all these beautiful snow mountains, that we are just wow, and we are just um yeah, I just do not have enough words to express my feelings at that time.
I
The picture here show we are at the base camp, so we were
uh-huh.
so close to the mountains. We were like, it's not something that you see on the TV or in the picture. We were so close to the mountains. We were able to see the ice glacier, and at night we were able to see the sky was so
Wow.
see.
The
We were able,
starry nights, there's so many stars looks at one place.
we we felt so close with the mother
Wow.
nature. And this was
Definitely.
in the morning that we are watching the sunrise. So all
Wow.
it's just that you are just in front of you. All this view were just in front of you. That So I was really grateful that I were able to be there. God's creation was so wonderful, and it was a blessing, once in a lifetime blessing, that I'm able to make it up to the base camp and
Uh-huh.
experience all this. We took pictures, yeah, of it, and that kind of hardships, that kind of sweats, that kind of quarrels that we have been through. In
Uh-huh.
return, we are rewarded with the achievement.
I
So
see. I see.
I think all
Okay.
of us felt truly proud of ourselves.
Seriously. And
Yeah, this is the final picture where I was standing in front of the base
Uh-huh.
camp, the
Yes.
highest. So I felt truly honored and blessed to be
Oh. Oh,
able to do
wow.
it.
And looking at your pic, I feel that you have a sense of pride. Yes, I have achieved it, a feeling of achievement.
After
Yeah, spread.
after a lot of hardships, cried,
Of
tears,
course.
feeling.
Of course, of course. Seriously. So that's amazing. I'm very much influenced to climb this mountain and take a photo like you and then post it, send it to you. Teresa, I have achieved it.
Yeah,
Anyway, yes.
you be able to at the Annapurna Base Camp.
Uh-huh. Correct. So that was Teresa with us sharing her enthralling experience of ABC Trek, that is Annapurna Base Camp Trek. We many times give up on things that we cannot do. Give it a try. And when you are determined, 50% of the job is done. And when you actually do it, you have got the wonderful memories to share, like Teresa did with us. So, on that note, I'll take a goodbye from all of you and see you in my next episode with some bucket list adventure. Thank you. Bye bye.